Hello my dear students, hope you all are well. Students, in this video we are going to discuss the second topic of class 12th history, chapter number 10, that is colonialism and countryside. Students, in the first video we studied regarding the zamindar class. Means in this chapter we are studying about the countryside. Countryside means village area. And in the countryside, firstly we studied regarding the zamindar class. What was the impact of the colonial rule on the zamindar class? Now in second topic we study what was the impact of the colonial rule on the tribal people. Okay, so the topic is very much interesting and the name of the topic is also so interesting. That is the Hoy and the Plough. As you see, the name is so much interesting. Hoy. What is hoe? Hoe is the instrument used for the agriculture. It is in this shape, like this, and used to move the soil. And this instrument, this name hoe indicate the tribal people. Mean the term is used for the, here indicate the tribal people, while the term plough indicate the settled people. Settled people, those people who practice the agriculture or the agriculturist. So the topic is the hoe and the plough. So in this topic you will study regarding the tribal people, one of the important tribal community of the Jharkhand state in the region of the Rajmahal Hill. Rajmahal Hills are the hills in the Jharkhand state. In that region, there one tribal community live. We study regarding that community. Okay, and we also studied that what was the impact of the tribal rule on these people. And after that, in the second part, we study in the topic plough that how the settled people change the life of these people. Okay, so now we continue. Students, firstly we will study about the life of these tribal people who live in the Rajmahal Hill. Okay, what type of the lifestyle they live. So firstly, in the late 18th century, a revenue record called these people as the Pahadis. Mean the term used for these tribal people was the Pahadis in the revenue record of the 18th century of the Britishers. So these Pahadis people, they in their life, we study regarding their life, they were mainly the hunters. And they also did a little bit agriculture by following the shifting cultivation method. Means they, by using the hoe, they move a little soil and did a small cultivation. And when they cut their crop, after that they move to, when the soil loses its fertility, they move to some another land, clear the forest and move to some another land. Means the method is known as the shifting cultivation method or the slash and burn cultivation method. Okay, so that they practice, and their livelihood depend on the hunting, food gathering, silkworm rearing, as well as they were also the charcoal producer. Charcoal producer, how? When they burned the forest, the trees, then the charcoal was produced from that. Okay, apart from that, they also earned their livelihood by raiding the settled population which live in the foothill of the Rajmahal Hills. Means the agriculturist community who live in the foothill of the Rajmahal Hill, they keep on raiding those people. Why they raid over the settled community? So that during they raid the settled community during the time of the scarcity. Whenever there was a food scarcity, the years of scarcities were there, then they earned their livelihood by doing a raid on the settled people and by taking the things from that. And sometimes we have also seen that they came into the negotiation with the settled people. The zamindars in the plain often purchased peace. How they purchased peace? By paying regular tribute to hill chief. Means they said that instead of raiding the settled community, we will give you a regular tribute, and you should stop these kind of raids to disturb our life. So in this way, the settled people also purchase the peace, and the tribal people or these Pahadis, they earned their livelihood by this mean also. Another way which contribute in their livelihood was that they, the traders who passes from those forests for taking the permission, means they were, once when they passed from those forests, they were looted and plundered. So these traders also pay the small amount to these Pahadis people to for taking the permission to pass through that land. So all these were the sources of income for these Pahadis people, and from these sources they earned their livelihood. So this is all about who were these Pahadis people, where they live, and how they earned their livelihood. But now the twist in the story came by the coming of the Britishers. This negotiated peace was brought down by the coming of the Britishers in the last decades of the 18th century, when the Britishers started interfering in their life and came up with their certain policies. Now we discuss the policies introduced by the Britishers which affect the life of the Pahadis. Pahadis were seen by the Britishers, the British officials were against these Pahadis people and want to tempt these people or want to change their lifestyle. Why they did so, this we study. Because Britishers saw these Pahadis as the savage means Hunkha type people, primitive, wild and difficult to govern. Means these people, Britishers found that these people, it is not easier to govern these people, to control these people. That's why therefore they wanted forests to be cleared, and agriculture should be practiced on that land, and these forest people should be tamed and civilized. By cutting down the forest and using the land of the forest for the agriculture purpose, this thing benefit the Britishers in many ways. How? One way, these Pahadis people who live in these forests, they were difficult to govern. Once they started living the settled life, it will be easier for the Britishers to govern these people. Second benefit for the Britishers was that once they started practicing the agriculture, then there will be the source of the crop also, the crop production will be there that they can use for the export purpose also. And third most important was that the revenue they can get from the land which was used as the agricultural land. So this land also became the land source of revenue for the Britishers. That's why they want to take over the land of these Pahadis people and change them to the agricultural land. And for doing so, they came up with various policies. So now we discuss about the British policies towards the Pahadis people. In 1770s, British embarked on brutal policy of extermination. Extermination means killing. Means Britishers during 1770s, Britishers started killing these people, attacking their centers and started killing these people. There's also one movie made on this. In that, I think Hrithik Roshan or some other. I will tell you the name of the movie. That movie is also based on the policies of the British officials, not of the British official, that is of after the independence, how the government nowadays also try to control these tribal people and want to take over their land for the industrial purposes. So the movie is based on that. Okay, now come back to the topic. By 1780s, Augustus Cleveland, he was the British official, he was the collector of Bhagalpur at the time. He came up with he proposed another policy that was known as the policy of pacification. What is this policy of pacification? According to this policy, the British officials try to give some money or the allowance. You can call that as an allowance. Some money to the tribal head, tribal chief, and ask them to submit before the British officials, means to follow the instructions set by the British official. Once the Britishers came with the policy of pacification, you saw that most of the these Pahari chiefs denied to accept this policy, and they were not ready to negotiate with the Britishers. While we also saw that some tribal chief who accepted or negotiated with the British officials and accepted this allowance given by the British officials, they lost all their authority among their group. Means their people started denying their authority and they were boycotted. So all these were the things which were used by the British officials. These two were the policies used by the British officials to control the tribal people, the Paharis. Once you saw that these tribal people were not ready to accept the policy of the pacification, that is they denied to accept the allowance, then again Britishers moved back to the policy of extermination, started attacking them, killing them, destroying their centers. Okay. So beta, when you read the topic in the book, you saw the topic start with the description of the Buchanan. There was a man named Francis Buchanan. Buchanan. He was the English official. He was mainly the physician who came to India during that time, during the 18th century. And he was also interested in knowing about the new people and the new land. So he did the tour and went to this area of the Rajmahal Hill. And regarding his experience, he wrote in his diary. And from his report, his description, his diary account, we came to know that when Buchanan went to the region of the Rajmahal Hill, then people over there, he saw the area to be so much dangerous, and people who were there were so much hostile, were seeing him with the eye of the hostility and were even unwilling to talk with him. Buchanan tried to talk these people, but they were unwilling to talk with him. Why was this so? This was so because of the policy of the Britishers towards them, because that was the time. When Buchanan visited the area, that was the same time when all these policies were implemented just before. Before some time, these policies were implemented in the area. So these people were having that past experience of the way they were treated by the Britishers. That's why they saw them with the eye of the hostility. In Buchanan actually visited the land in the year 1880. That's why the people don't want to talk to him, because they distrust any of the stranger who was there, because the memories of the brutal repression which was done by the colonial masters was fresh in the mind of the tribal people, and they were suspicious that these people who were coming, they were coming to destroy them, to disturb their livelihood. So that's why when the topic started in the chapter, the description of the Buchanan, the things which were told to us by the Buchanan were like that, because of the past experience of these people. Okay, so what you studied in the topic, you studied about the mainly the tribal community who live in the Jharkhand region in the hills of the Rajmahal, and you studied about their way of livelihood, as well as how the colonial rule changed their life. Now beta, in the next video, what we are going to study, there is one new thing came in the next chapter. We saw in the next topic, we saw that one new group, that is the Santhals people. Santhals community. They came to the area of the Rajmahal hill and started clearing the forest and get settled there. So that's why the name of the topic is given, the Hoi and the Plo. Plo is the settled people. Once the Santhal people get settled over there, these Santhals were also supported by the Britishers to get settled in that area, so that the land would be taken out from the hands of the tribal people, from the hands of the Pahadis, and have the control, the land have the control of these, the land must be under the control of the Britishers. But you saw in the next topic, we discuss about the Santhals, how the life of the Santhals changed once they settle in the land. And you also studied that how then the British policies affect the life of the Santhals. Initially, these Santhals group were thinking that the Britishers were giving them the land to get settled and having a good policies, but later on when the high revenue demands were imposed on that, then they were also have to leave the land. So thank you.